Florida created an election system in which scanners break down, managers break rules, and ballots disappear. Then recounts appear to be less accurate than the original results, and they keep making fun of us on national TV.
Now we have a new thing in Florida. It's called late voting. You know early voting? We now have late.
Voters like Matthew Thomas say that's not funny.
It's a fundamental right that I fought for.
He's one of the many voters we found who got burned, and in ways you may not expect. He mailed his ballot at a post office in Hillsborough County near his work to the elections office in Pinellas near his home. He said he dropped it off a week before the election.
And I knew, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I got plenty of time to get this in there. It's 7-8 days. It's maybe going an hour down the street.
But we checked the stamp on his ballot and found it arrived a week after the election. It's just one of more than 6,800 ballots across Florida the state says were postmarked before Election Day that did not count because they arrived too late.
It took 13 days
Yes.
for it to ship down the street.
I mean, I can get stuff across the country in less than 5 days. So I thought there was plenty of time for it to get an hour down the street.
We also found a couple of ballots in Polk County were postmarked October 19th. That's 18 days before the election, and they still arrived too late to count. And check out South Florida. Broward County told us more than 3,300 mail-in ballots arrived too late and did not have a breakdown on when those ballots were postmarked. Miami-Dade told us 22 ballots mailed in October didn't make it by the November 6th deadline. That includes one postmarked October 17th, and an overseas ballot was postmarked September 25th and still didn't make it on time. And on a striking side note, Miami-Dade responded to our request for postmark data by sending Fox 13 a bill for more than $900 to go to work on it, not telling us a federal judge had already ordered that same information on November 19th, and not telling us the state had officially called on Miami-Dade to go to work on it November 26th. 3 days later, they wanted to charge Fox 13 more than $900 for them to go to work on it.
This shouldn't be happening. This is America. It's not what we do.
Plus, other state and county numbers do not appear to line up. For example, state officials told the court that Palm Beach County had 74 domestic ballots that were postmarked before the election but arrived too late to count. But the Palm Beach supervisor told us she does not document when the ballots were postmarked, and her records show 987 domestic ballots arrived too late. Meanwhile, across Florida, thousands of legally registered voters turned in their ballots before the election, and they still didn't count.
Did anybody tell you besides me your vote didn't count?
No, sir.
Daryl Fluker's ballot arrived in the Hillsborough Elections Office in October, but they rejected it because the signature on the ballot did not match the one on file.
Do you always sign your name the same way?
Same, yep.
Do you think it's possible you might have just scribbled this one very fast, like a restaurant receipt or something?
No.
And while the election managers say they notify voters when that happens, Fluker said he must have missed the notice.
Whatever they're doing, they need to fix it, and it's time for change.
The state signature law tends to hit seniors whose signatures change over time, and younger voters who sign up as teens before they stylize their signatures as young adults. We've looked into this one for years and found the same problem hitting voters over and over again.
Your signature naturally gets shortened and quicker and maybe a little more sloppy.
Jessica Mickley's votes got rejected in at least 2 prior elections.
I was kind of discouraged because I had taken the time out to vote and then it came back and didn't count.
You may also be discouraged to see the numbers going up year to year. For example, in 2016, Hillsborough rejected 104 ballots for mismatched signatures. Then in 2018, a lower turnout election, the county rejected 283. Now, federal, state, and county leaders are looking for ways to improve or reform our system across the state, so they stop making fun of us.
Now we have a new thing in Florida. It's called late voting. You know early voting? We now have late.
And more voters like Matthew and Daryl don't lose faith.
It makes you feel like you're nobody, no matter what you think. You can't change anything, and your vote doesn't matter. That's how it is.